Welcome to Team Intervention. I am James Talbert, and this is Role Negotiation and Role Analysis. Purpose of role negotiation and analysis is to describe how the various pieces of work fit together to achieve the overall team objective. Because team members are, by definition, interdependent with interrelating work activities, they can find themselves in the frustrating position of not knowing how the various pieces of work fit together to achieve the overall objectives. Features of role negotiation analysis include role conflict, one team member, role conflict, multiple team members, role incompatibility, role overload, role underload, and role ambiguity. Kramer's article titled Descriptions of Role Negotiation, Interview Schedule B contains open-ended questions designed for use with job transferees and new employees. Included are questions that ask respondents to indicate the extent to which they feel they know what their job requirements are and what others expect of them in their position. In role negotiation and role analysis, there are strengths and weaknesses. For example, clear assignments, defined work, precise work, equitable distribution of work, reduced conflict, and for weaknesses there are unclear assignments, overlapping work, confusion about work, inequitable distribution of work, and increased conflict. Clearly defined and written job descriptions will help address specific roles each member may have, but expect some issues to be unresolved. Application of role negotiation and analysis. We have an exercise called role negotiation. On Norby's website, it describes the role negotiation technique as directly intervening in the relationships of power, authority, and influence within the group. A role negotiation exercise can assist with putting team members in the position of negotiating responsibilities among themselves without needing a leader to make the decision for them. This exercise is highly participative and can build team consensus about responsibilities. There are 4 steps. First step, privately each member writes down the activities and responsibilities of their role. What is expected to be done? When should things be done? How things should be done. Step 2. Each team member reads all activities. Step 3. Another list is compiled with what each team member wants other team members to either do more of, do less of, or keep doing the same. Each team member shares their input on other team members' roles. Step 4. They are to list. The lists are then sorted and each team member has their own list completed to view. Depending on the size of the team, members can meet in pairs or as a whole to start to discuss and negotiate what they would like each other to keep doing or to do differently. Compromise and willing to change is key in step 4, and this is where team members should see the value of this exercise. In addition, there is a second related intervention called responsibility charting. This also helps teams resolve the confusion, conflict, and frustration about roles. Joseph McCann and Thomas Gilmore focus on the use of responsibility charting in diagnosing organizational decision-making. This article describes a technique called responsibility charting, which builds an organization's understanding of its decision-making processes, particularly the weaknesses. The chart that we will be using has different variations, but for the purpose of this training, we will use RACI. That's R-A-C-I. R for responsible, A approval, C consulted, I informed. Using the chart, team member names are listed at the top, and down the left-hand column are listed the team's major activities. One of the following letters is placed under each team member name in the row for each activity, representing that team member's responsibility for the activity, or it may be left blank if the member is not involved. It's important to note, when using responsibility charting, pay attention to each member's responsibility activity. Does one member have too many responsibilities? Does any member have too many of one letter? Too many members on an action may be unnecessarily involving team members and inviting input, which can lead to those consulted becoming surrogate or informal approvers, again, slowing down team implementation. Using these two exercises and techniques should reduce any confusion or role overload team members may be having. This concludes my team intervention. Thank you for your time and have a good night.